Our nation was founded by the United States Constitution, one that could be looked upon in different ways based upon the eyes of the reader. The Constitution states that all men are treated equal. Yet what does this mean? Was this written by our founding fathers for all humans or just for the dominating race, the whites? This issue of humanity continually became the growing talk in the 1800s. It was a subject that sparked many debates, eventually reaching a final point of war. Throughout the 1800s, slavery had been a hot topic throughout the nation. It was slavery that led to the Missouri Compromise, the Underground Railroad, the Cotton Boom, and eventually the Civil War. The Southern Confederates and the Northern Union too separated over slavery, yet part of the same country. The Missouri Compromise had averted the crisis of a civil war at the last minute. Despite that compromise, conflicts was again brewing in 1860. Many in the North felt that they needed to abolish slavery. The abolitionist movement was gaining momentum at an alarming rate. They formed the Underground Railroad and did all they could to smuggle slaves into free states. Yet the South felt slavery was an important need for their economy. With the cotton boom going on, they knew the only way to make money is with cheap labor. With slaves, they could get the cheapest of all labor. When it comes down to it, though, the real cause of the Civil War was the fundamental difference in definitions of humanity. The South believed that black people were not human, while the North believed that they were. This fundamental difference in ideals proved to be too large to compromise on, and the Civil War burst upon a nation bitterly divided. Before the Missouri Compromise, the nation was also bitterly divided. The South wanted to push slavery into the new territories, while the North wanted to restrict the spread of slavery. Compromise was reached, however, and a conflict was for the most part avoided, but it foreshadowed future conflicts over slavery. The election of 1860 proved to be the next test of the Union. The South felt seriously threatened by the election of Abraham Lincoln and believed that he would ignore the state rights and abolish slavery. To Lincoln and other abolitionists, state rights were not nearly as important as human rights. The difference of ideals and humanity became apparent, and it was concluded that there should be no compromise this time. The South seceded. The nation was divided into the Union and the Confederacy. The Union would not put up with this. They realized that a total defeat of the South would be the only way to bring the Union back together and to emancipate the slaves. The Confederacy realized that all they needed was a stalemate to survive. Both acted accordingly. It was an all-out fight for the issue over humanity. The North felt that slaves have reached their time to become rightful free citizens of the United States. They knew what they were fighting for and knew many men would have to die for humanity.
He turns around in wonder, and what do you think he sees? The Georgia militia eating goober peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious! Eating